Welcome to Hey you guys, it's your girl T, aka T Cherie baby if you're looking for my music, and welcome back to my channel with T with the details. Now I want to give you guys a heads up. As you guys all know, this is all about surgery journey, and I want to try to give as much information as possible. This video is from 2021. It's currently 2023, and I still feel that the information is still current and valid after reviewing it. I do want to let you guys know that at this time, I had already had my consultations with multiple doctors. I went and saw about 3 doctors. Dr. Cabral in consult, Dr. Alamanzar, and I also saw Dr.
Mercedes.
So I paid for my consults. I want to let you guys know that I planned this surgical trip without actually knowing if everything was going to be okay, because I was concerned about my BMI. I think my BMI was 38, and I was not sure. Now, mind you, I'm a chunky type girl, like I'm meaty, I'm thick. So although I was very fit, looked like this, but I weigh pretty heavy. And so I was really concerned about my BMI. And I still said, okay, if I can't get my surgery, maybe I'll go get some facials. Maybe I'll go, get some other invasive type of treatments while I'm there in Santo Domingo and make a vacation out of it. So I went out of the country thinking I was not going to get my surgery. But I went prepared. And when I say I was going to get something, I was going to get something. I just knew I knew in my mind I was going to get something. I didn't care. So from there, after I had my consultations, I got really good news. And that's what this video is about. I got really great news from all the doctors. They all told me they can work with me and work on my BMI as high as it was. But they also saw I was very fit and kind of athletic. And I looked healthy, and all my labs and everything checked out. So, which we'll elaborate on that later, because I think one of the reasons why more work was done on me is because I was very fit, and all of my blood work checked out. So I went into surgery thinking I was going to get one thing and came out with a whole lot more done. Yes, that's a whole nother tea for a whole nother video. So you guys keep watching these videos with me and stay tuned, and let me know if you guys have any questions. Remember, these videos are about a year old. I'm bringing it to current, and I hope these help everyone that is thinking about doing this journey. Once again, I love my experience. I love my results. I love my doctors. I love my rehab. But what I did was dangerous, extremely dangerous. And so I don't recommend that someone who hasn't done their research thoroughly knows a lot about their body and their anatomy, as well as are going to take really good care of themselves and know how to handle themselves out of the country. I don't suggest you go, unless you've done the research and made visuals in your mind of how you're going to handle yourself, as well as preparation. So enjoy the video, and let me know if you guys have any questions. Comment, subscribe, and let me know if there's more information that I'm missing and that you guys would like to hear about. All right. Hi, you guys. It's your girl, T, baby. Please say the baby, aka T Cherie, if you're looking at my music and you're back on my channel. Probably watching another episode of You Know What, T with the details, or Details with T. And we are on day number, technically it's 4, but we're going to say 3. I arrived here Saturday night, so, but we're going to say day 3 here in Santo Domingo. And I'll let you guys know how today went. So as you guys all know, on my channel, I talk about my weight loss journey, struggles with weight loss, as well as my plastic surgery journey. So this is what this is in regards to. So today, as you guys remember, yesterday, just a recap, Cabral said that he could do my weight, and that was a huge concern for me. The thing is, I went to go speak. So there was a money issue for me because I didn't have as much cash, because I expected my quote, which I think a lot of girls are. So that's one thing I'm going to address in this video, is that year 2021, the quotes are given a lot cheaper, and then when you get here, they're a lot more than what you were told. And I think it might be a lure. Basically, a lot of these doctors are getting whiffed that girls are coming because they think it's cheaper here. Also, Santo Domingo, when COVID started last year, I was told by one of the natives that they had 4 months of just not being able to make money, especially if they were in tourism or clubs. Everything was shut completely down. So 4 months of not being able to make a dime. So it could be that after I was talking to a girlfriend of mine, and some of the girls were experiencing a lot of the same thing, that they were given a cheap quote, but when they got here, it's at least 1,000 or 2,000 more than what they were told. And that's like with the fees, or, oh, that was a special that we had, you'll get that. Oh, that was a special that I had back then, or that was a special that we had 2 months ago. And it's like, if you're not going to honor my quote, then you should have said that. Like, oh, prices might change. This quote is only going for such and such and such and such. It should be an expiration on the quote. So that's another reason. And or some, like with Cabral, they'll tell you, oh, bring 2,000 or 3,000 extra, and then charge you. Like, they're telling you to bring extra and charge you what the extra is. So you'll get a quote for like $5,000 or $6,000 for BBL or whatever, and then they'll be like, but make sure you bring 2,000 or 3,000 more. And then when you get here, it's like, oh, it's 7,000, and then there's the fees for like the labs and etc. So I know a lot of girls are probably experiencing that and maybe not talking about it, but so bring even more. And like, I think on one of my videos I said, hey, just have 20 bands ready. Like, and I was over exaggerating, but no, I'm not over exaggerating. I'm about accurate. So, and then, so just so you guys understand that Santo Domingo is not so much cheaper than the US. You do get a little bit more for your money, but you necessarily have results that you're happy with. In US, there's not a lot of girls that are happy with a lot of their results. And then I think too, when you're doing surgery, like, in our minds, we envision what something will look like. Just take like my fillers, and I'll do a video about fillers. I had in my mind what it was going to look like, but when I actually did it and I saw what the results were, I was like, oh no, I feel like I need to fix this. So in our heads, we think all I need to do is just fix this, but then like once you fix that, it brings out another problem, which is why I can totally understand why plastic surgery can be addicting. So anyway, fast forward. So Cabral gave me a quote. The quote was a lot more than I was expecting. I ended up waiting till the afternoon today to go to Cabral's office. I was thinking I was there early enough. I was there about 3:30, and he was leaving as I was coming in. And there's another girl there that can help you, but I think her name is Maria. I've heard some experiences with her, and I didn't feel comfortable discussing my final business with her. So the other thing was I was going to leave out my boobs with Cabral because he was charging so much more for me. Probably, 2 reasons: he knew I was from the States. Other reason is that I was over the weight limit that he would prefer. And you know, he was going to charge like $6,500 for, was my quote, for just the tummy tuck BBL. So I was like, okay, after contemplating on it all night or whatever, but I'm like, I refuse to go home with these boobs. So is what I kept telling myself. But I was gonna suck it up and not be greedy, and I was gonna go to Dr. Cabral's because it's what I had manifested, and I was going to go ahead and just pay for my tummy tuck BBL and maybe my arm lipo, and then just have extra money to go home and start off saving again to come back. Well, Annie was like, well, why don't you just come back tomorrow? And I was like, what? Like, I don't want to come back tomorrow. But she was like, I'm on my way out, and then you just come early in the morning. So she left, and I sat down, and I did some thinking. I was like, let me just go back to Alamanzar and ask a few questions that I did not ask when he asked me to ask. And mostly about the quote. I really wanted the breakdown of the quote, and I really wanted to make sure that whatever I was quoted, there was no extra hidden fees. Like, I want to know everything. Don't send me to the pulmonologist and the pulmonologist is like, oh, you need to pay me. Like, no, none of that. And when you go to the DR, you guys need to be very direct, very detailed, because you will find yourself, oh, you need to pay this and this and this. Like, before you make any deals, know exactly what you're getting yourself into, and before you put any money in anyone's hand here in DR, period. That's the best advice I can give you, from taxis to hotel services to all kinds of things. Like, even like after taxes, what is my, you know, like, you have to be that specific here. It is a poorer country. Everyone's not doing that well worldwide. And so, this is their culture. So just be very direct before you give anyone any money. Even with the Ubers, I'm very specific with my Ubers. The Uber here, like just for instance, which I know people in the States have probably seen, there's an Uber that'll come and they don't have their picture of their car, or they'll pull up in a car that's totally not the pic of the car that said that was going to pull up. Don't take those Ubers. Cancel, suck it up, chuck it up, freaking cancel that fee, unless you're like in a dire need to get up out of the situation or get up out of the location that you're in, but don't take it. So I had one of those here in Dominican Republic. I quickly canceled that Uber and ordered another one. So just things like that to be aware of and be very cautious. After that, I sat on the couch and Annie left, and I ordered me another Uber, and I thought about it. I was like, you know what? Let me just go back to Almanzar. Let me just see what they have to say. At least he was offering to do my breast, my tummy tuck BBL, and my arm lipo. Cabral told me no. Okay. So I decided to go to Almanzar's. And the reason why I went to Almanzar's, nobody was really answering me on WhatsApp today. Like, I was getting like anxious. I don't know if it was probably my nerves, probably was. I was getting anxious because I wanted to make a decision today and get things started and get the ball rolling. We're on like day 4 and I'm just like, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready. My best friend, she's starting to do better. She's already talking about when she's ready to leave. And I'm like, I need to at least have my surgery and have someone here that can vouch for me to know that I had surgery at least a couple of days after. Like, if you guys can have that, or your overnight nurse or someone to really check up on you from the States, or have a contact to check on you, have that going for yourself. So I really wanted to make sure that I have my surgery done while she's here, because she's lucid, she's able-bodied, she also knows my family members and something in case anything happened, knock on wood. I feel like everything will be fine, but I prefer to do it while she's here. So I was like, you know what, let me see if Almanzar, let's see if the money's still looking the same, and really just break down the quotes. So, and then mind you, I also, heard a lot of girls at Cipla or Dr. Cabral's having a hard time with getting refunds or getting money back or being overcharged or still being asked for money after their surgery because they had more blood transfusions than was anticipated, like just things like that. And so I'm like, do you really want that headache while you're on surgery? Right now, no, not exactly. Let's go ahead and see what Almanzar has to say. So Almanzar's quote was about $1,000 cheaper, and including everything that I wanted. They are pretty thorough. So tomorrow morning, after speaking to Almanzar's assistant, who decided to see me once again, still had to sit and wait, but not as long as yesterday. So basically, don't wait. The advice I would like to give you guys is like, don't wait. If someone's not answering you on WhatsApp and you have the ability to get to that office and get in their face to let them know that you're serious, they will most likely see you. Versus, like, even with Cabral, like, my whole reason why I'm here is because everyone told me that I wasn't going to be able to get any surgery with Cabral because I was overweight, but I decided to come here in their face and be like, tell me no to my face, basically. So I think this morning not getting any answers on WhatsApp pushed me more to just come to the offices. So I came to Almanzar's and went over the quote. We broke it all the way down. She wrote a piece of paper for me, like, these are these fees. She's like, this here you probably won't need, but the rest of these you definitely need. These will include the total, your COVID test, your blood work. I'm like, okay, so what do we need to know if I can get started or not? Like, okay, we need to know your blood work, period. Okay, no problem. How much is blood? And this is so crazy, like, you guys, like, I don't even know, like, I subconsciously did this, but she told me how much the blood work was. I calculated everything, and then I was like, wait, how much is Dr. Cabral's blood work? And I heard really bad horror stories about blood work at Cipla. No offense, Cabral, love you, but the office is a mess. The blood work is just, I heard a couple different stories. So I was just like, look, I'm already a hard stick. I need somebody who knows what they're doing. I'm one of those people who, you can see my veins. Like, I don't know if you can see my veins, but they're not like, they're a lot deeper than what they look like. I'm a lot deeper, like, overall than what I look like. Okay. All the way around. Okay. Anyway, fast forward. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get, and then I looked at the price range. So I just pulled out the paper for Cabral's office, labs and everything, and I'm not sure exactly what the breakdown was. She did give me a piece of paper, Annie did give me a piece of paper to kind of look at the breakdown of what things cost. And she's like, laboratory, $250. Excuse me. She's like, laboratory, $250. And I'm thinking, like, $250 for just the labs? Like, shit, that's almost just as much as the States. Like, whatever. And then I looked at Alamanzar's, it was only $150. I was like, cool. So in case, basically how I played it is just like, in case I change my mind and when I go back to Cabral, I could take these same labs. Because I asked her, I was like, can I get my labs? Like, can I come back here and get my labs? Because I know they're going to send them to you guys, but I want my labs. And I'll give you the labs that I've already taken in the States. I already had it in terms of if I decide to change my mind or Alamanzar start tripping, whatever. So she's like, oh yeah, I'll be happy enough to give you your labs. Like, they're going to send them to me, and then you got to come back here, blah, blah, blah. Cool. So now I'm already saving a little bit of money, you know, $100 by just doing my labs with Alamanzar's office. And then the place that she told me to go is open till 10 p.m. She said she sent a girl there at like 9, or she said 9, but she could have been gassing. But no, what did she say? She said like 7 or 8 maybe. She said she sent a girl there late and she got her labs done. But she told me to go in the morning because in the morning she'll get them back in a couple hours and she can determine whether I can have my surgery or not. So I plan on going there. So I'm going to check out of my hotel. This is the plan. Check out of my hotel. My driver knows to pick me up. We're going to take my bags to the recovery home. From there, from the recovery home, then we are going to go straight to get my labs done. And I have to fast, so y'all, I ate good. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, girl, this might be the last time you get to eat. Let's just go ahead and go in. So I had some salmon, some vegetables, some salad, and then I had a couple bites of a cheeseburger. But as you can see, I am doing this video late and I am so tired. And then I had like a little Mexican cooking, a little bit of tres leches, because, girl, I'm gonna be my last meal, girl. Not gonna lie, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. But you still have to make that consideration that something, you know, in case. Okay? So moving forward. So I'm going to get my labs. And from getting my labs, I think I'm gonna go, depending on what time frame it is, I'm thinking about going to Mercedes. Other than that, I ate really good today. I felt okay. I was very anxious this morning because the money issue and then trying to get everything, getting everything kind of like going. I started to feel nervous about that. The other thing is that Alamanzar, they want cash. So I was like, well, I have to get a little bit more cash than what I brought. Like, because the quote that I was given was for this, so that's what I brought. And she was like, well, we're no longer doing Cash App because a lot of people are going back home and disputing the Cash App, and that's been a huge problem. It's also shut down the account. It's just crazy, so we prefer for you to get cash. We'll even take pesos. I was like, okay. So then she gave me a bank called Popular. Blanco, it's either Blanco, Popular, but my driver told me, like, don't do that. Download the Western Union app, send the money to yourself. We can take you to a Western Union location, and then you can pull out the cash. Make sure that you're saying that you want it sent by US dollars. So sent by US dollars and received from US dollars. He was very specific on making sure that happens, because you lose money if you are to convert it over to pesos. So that was really good information to know. So I'm going to try downloading that app, setting up my account so that I can get that going. If I have any issues or any problems, I plan on going to Alamanzar's with the money that I have, putting it down so that I can go ahead and schedule me for surgery. And then like the day of surgery, if I have to pay the rest or whatever the hell I have to do. But I need this going. Okay, I need this going. I need to be on the table this week, like the next day or two. Like, yes. So that's pretty much what my day has been. Now I'm getting ready to pack up. I'm gonna put out the clothes that I'm gonna wear for tomorrow, get my head together, manifest, pray. All right, you have watched another episode of your girl, T Baby, please say the baby, aka T Cherie. If you're looking up any of my music and you have just chilled with me and got some more info on my episode of Tea with the Details. All right, y'all holla at me. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe, because you already know I'm gonna have the tea for you always. Out of here, bye.